Hey guys, so for our last little project this week, we're going to be using brushes to create a little typography design. So I'm going to go ahead and create something new here. I just want to, kind of bring up when we're making these, think to yourself in terms of the different kind of effects you're going to be making. We definitely want this to be a pretty big image, and so we want to make sure we're measuring this out in our pixels. So I've got something that's about 1920 by 1080 right here. So when we measure this out, we want to make sure we have at least 1,000 pixels across. If we're creating something that's like say for instance 5 inches long, but we're only doing this at like 70 pixels per inch, then the resolution can get down a little bit, and it can be kind of hard to have some of these effects, especially when we're measuring by the pixel and stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in here. I'm going to get my text tool out, and I'm going to just write one word. It'll be about 4, maybe 5 letters here. I'm going to write a word. Now I'm going to make sure I'm going to be using all caps here, and I'm going to use only letters that have straight lines. So Z, T, N, M, E, I, A, those things, just avoid using anything that has a curve in it. That's just going to make things a lot easier for this. You are welcome to try that out if you want. Once again, we're going to try to use a big, blocky, sans serif font. Maybe something a little bit thinner than this. This could really work well. I like big noodle titling. Big Liquor works too. Okay, that's got too many curves on it. Definitely nothing like that. Hey, no. Lemon milk. Good old lemon milk. Okay, so let's go ahead and right-click on this, and let's transform it, and let's just shear it a little bit here, and we'll shear it, say for instance, 10 degrees on the vertical. Let's see that. Maybe negative 10 degrees. Obviously, you can make this a little more extreme if you want. I'll press OK. And I'm just going to grab my little color palette that I found. You can just drag in whatever color palette you want. You want something that's got some different colors here. Not all like the same color. Maybe some complementary colors here as well. So I'm going to be using like these, these different like blues and greens and stuff. I'll probably make the green, this textured, green here. And then I'm just going to sort of alt drag it forward at a little angle here. And we're going to see if we can, I'll just color this, I'll color this back one here, just a little bit different. I'll just nudge that down some, and I'll just grab this one on the back, and I'll color it for now, this dark blue. We'll cover that up later, but, okay, oops. Okay, so let's get in a little close here, and we're going to build a sort of like mini, not really isometric, but sort of a little perspective here. So let's go over here to view, make sure that snap to pixels is unchecked. And I'm just going to be sort of connecting these with a variety of shapes. This is going to look a lot like how we used to do the how we do like isometric design, just sort of snapping little shapes, here and there. And let's go over here to type, and let's go to create outlines. This will allow us to sort of match up the different marks here. So click off that, and I'll just click once. I'll probably speed this up a little bit. Okay, so we've got this little thing here. We've got this little, kind of halfway done 3D here. It's just kind of a little thing. This is a big thing happening in 2021. Is some blocky, like kind of depth, adding a little depth to your design, your typography and stuff. So that's a cool little thing that's kind of taken off. So knowing how to like kind of envision that and just draw little lines between two things, this is all we really need. Okay, so I'll just grab this guy here. This is still one path. I'll just alt drag him out slightly. And this is going to add a little more depth to it. Just going to just drag this out a little bit here. And I'm going to take my fill off. And I'm going to go over here to my stroke. I'll just add the stroke something random here. Just maybe pull it up a little bit. We'll probably pull it back into one in a second. I'm going to grab, let's think here. I'll grab this blue. I'll grab this light blue here. See how that looks. And I'm going to go over here to fill, and I'm just going to make a new swatch in my swatches. This little new swatch, just press OK. And that way when I go down here and grab this guy and go to properties, I can take the stroke and just apply that same stroke. No muss, no fuss. All right, cool, neat. And then very cool. And then what we'll do here, let me just pull this back down to 1 point, because if I have it any more than 1 point, it'll be really really big and hard to deal with. So I'm gonna go over here to Window and find my brushes, and go down here, and I'll just you pick whatever art brush you like. I'm gonna find my artistic brushes. I found that there's some pretty cool brushes under like your vector packs here. The grunge brushes are kind of neat, but I'm gonna go over here to my artistic brushes and find my paintbrush brushes here, and I'm just gonna find here it was over the window here, and I'm just gonna grab one random. That's kind of neat. And once again, when we use our pens, it kind of arbitrarily decides like where the stroke begins, like where the sort of brush begins. So if we want to edit this a little bit, we can take our scissors tool and just randomly kind of snip here or there, and that'll sort of kind of create like an effect here. You gotta make sure you hover over it, and I'll make a little effect where it sort of starts and ends in different spots. So maybe like here, here. Alright, neat. And then, I don't know. Make sure we're hovering over this. Let's pull this out of the way. Let's take this down. And, yeah, okay, cool. So there you go. So that's a neat little thing here. All right, so before we go any further here, before we end this, let's just group this together. Control G. That way I can kind of just, maneuver that into the center here and sort of expand it a little bit. Let's add something to the background. So I'm gonna grab this this here blue shape, or this blue texture. I'll look at a little rectangle tool, and I'll just pull this in the back here, and we'll just there. Control Shift N. Open bracket to get it to the bottom, and I'll just Control C, Control F, and I'll make it the same little color here, which is, looks like it's straight white. Is that straight? Yeah, that's straight white. I might just pull this a little bit more further down towards like blue, slightly blue. No, let's make it somewhat orange. This is kind of fun. I like this little color here. Yeah, good. Okay, so I'll just, and let's add either grain or halftones. I'm going to try halftones here. So I'll go over here to my window, transparency. I'll make a mask. I'll uncheck clip. I'll grab that mask. I'll go over here to my rectangle, draw to the rectangle over this, and apply a gradient. Let's go over here to fill, make a gradient. And then we'll just go over here to effect, and pixelate, and find color halftones. And once again, we want to make sure these are all the same, I'm going to try this a little bit bigger. Let's try 15, see how that looks. Oh, that's really cool looking. I like that a lot. And you could have it go one way, and if you get your gradient tool here, you can have it go a different way. All right, cool. All right, so I'll go ahead and export this as a JPEG here. Let's just get rid of this. And let's get to normal. Make sure you're in normal mode before you export. So go back to normal mode, and then we'll go over here to File, Export for Screens. Call it Brush Typography, and export it. Let's take a look-see. This is kind of neat. I made a different version of this with a different, set of letters. So kind of same but different there. All right, cool. Well, this is a neat little design here. Can't wait to see you guys produce. I'll see you guys in class.